Hey, good morning everybody. So here's the situation. It's a little slippery outside, which I'll show you right outside my door. And yeah, I don't know how we're gonna run 5K if the roads look like this, or even drive if the roads are like this, but maybe we'll give it a shot. But check this out. So yeah, just a little slippery, but let's see how it goes. Maybe we'll get out there. Okay, so we came out here and here's the situation. This is a shot of the trail and footpath right now. It's pretty snowy, and then where there's some sort of tire tracks where maybe some kind of golf cart or ATV has gone through, it's pretty much ice. So it's pretty slick in those tire tracks. I think we'll give it a shot. I mean, you know, obviously the training block has us doing a 5K race today. But much like I mentioned yesterday about running in the snow, the ultimate goal is just to make sure we stay healthy, or that I don't injure myself, so that way, you know, I put myself out of training. So I'm gonna go out and try to do a 5K, but the reality is it's probably gonna be pretty slow because I want to make sure I'm going slow enough that I don't fall down or twist an ankle or knee or whatever it might be. I do have a few quick tips that I've just picked up over the years, in particular from a running coach, Brian Rossetti, that I had. And one of the things that he taught me the time that I went out and actually got my PR that still stands today for the 5K was about warm-ups. And what he told me was, instead of going out and doing something like strides or, you know, sprints or something like that as you warm up for your 5K, he actually recommended that I go out, do my warm-up mile or whatever I might do to normally warm up for the race, then run about 5 to 7 minutes at my projected race pace. But what it did and what it does is you don't go out too fast then for the 5K race itself. If you start doing strides where you're getting close to full speed, you know, going down the road, as soon as that gun goes off and you run through the starting line, your brain and your body may be, you know, prepared to start sprinting or go too fast. So he recommended that I just do 5 to 7 minutes at my race pace, you know, 15-20 minutes before the start of the race, get my legs moving and train my brain to go the right speed instead of going too fast, and that worked out well for me. The second thing that he told me was that I guess he had followed some kind of study, or someone had kind of analyzed different runners' paces over a 5K distance, and what they saw was that as runners progressed a little bit quicker and really kind of, I guess, put the hammer down and ran faster in mile 2, they were able to maintain that speed in the third mile as well. So he told me, go out, you know, at your proper pace for the first mile, feel settled in, and then if you want to pick up the pace in mile 2, naturally, you know, people have been able to, as they looked at, you know, again, pacing of runners who are running 5Ks, people have been able to hold on to that pace for the third mile. So you can kind of give yourself a little bit of a push and increase in speed in mile 2. And in theory, you should be able to hang on if you're, again, racing around the right pace for yourself. So those are just a couple tips that I picked up from my coach that worked well for me that day. Obviously, I would love to do them again today, but I don't think it's going to be that fast. But nonetheless, we'll go warm up. We'll try and do that. We'll try out, you know, doing a little bit at race pace for the warm up, see how slippery it is, and we'll go from there. So we're starting our warm up just at, you know, slow, easy pace. I'm not running at race pace yet. Just gonna warm up the legs. Have some long pants on for now. Again, just to warm up the body, and we'll see how the road is and if we can pick up the pace at all before we try and run our 5K. So a couple things that are gonna make today tricky. One, I 100% should have brought my trail shoes. Probably should have worn the EVO Speed Goat, but I kind of forgot that this path wouldn't be paved, plowed. So that was my mistake. Everything was just plowed by me a little bit more, and I forgot that this would be completely covered in snow. So completely wrong shoe choice. I'm wearing road racing shoes, and it's an icy trail, so that's not gonna go too well. The second thing is I was gonna do an out and back, so obviously I can't turn around abruptly, which again, this is just a fun 5K, but I would lose probably a few seconds because I have to try and stop and then turn around and get going again in the icy snow on road shoes. So bad planning on my part, but also you can't do anything about the weather here. So we'll just have fun with it. Try not to get hurt. Okay, well, definitely not going to be going very fast today. I was able to pick up the pace a little bit, but you know, I'd say around 8:30, 8:45 per mile is about as quick as I'm going to be able to go. I'm going to put down the camera just so I could have my arms free and just knock out this 5K race. But also because I don't want to fall. If I fall, I want to be able to catch myself with my hands, and they're also kind of cold. Let's go get it done, have fun with it, see what comes out, and we'll go over the paces when we get back inside. We're still here. That went better than expected. So let's dive into the race itself. You know, again, beforehand, I was really skeptical about how fast I was going to be able to go on that pathway. I ended up choosing the Nike Next% 2 as the shoe that I was going to wear over a trail shoe. Again, just because by me, the pathways are starting to be cleared up. I didn't really think about it that particular trail and paved pathway would still be covered in snow and ice. So it was a bad choice on my part. I just didn't think through it. But I chose them because I wanted to recover my legs quicker. That softer foam just really helps you recover. And since this is like a race or a hard effort in the middle of a training block, I just figured, you know what, let me just see if I can get my legs to feel much better, much faster. Right now they feel good. Hopefully tomorrow they feel good as well. And I only was going to put 3 miles on those shoes. So regardless of the footwear, either way, it was going to be just bumpy. I didn't want to trip. I didn't want to slip no matter what shoes I was wearing. So I really didn't think I was going to go that fast. But right away, out of the gate, I noticed that I was, you know, under 8 minutes per mile. So it was possible to go faster. And I kind of just held on to it for dear life. I just figured, let me just keep my body momentum going in one direction. It should help me not to slip or anything like that. So just point my body forward and go. And it worked out just fine. The overall pace for the 5K today was around 7:56 per mile, which was great. And the miles came in at 7:52, 8:15, and 7:45 for the last mile. So overall, I think I got a really good effort in, you know, 25 or so minutes with my heart rate elevated, you know, in the 160s to 170s is great. You know, it's going to be a great benefit and great workout for my cardio. My legs get a chance to, you know, work at a higher cadence, at a harder effort. So overall, I think, you know, this, you know, race again went really well. You know, my expectations were not very high with the conditions out there today, but I think it came in, you know, right where it should. I'm happy with, you know, how I'm progressing, and, you know, it's a good sign for, you know, what we can continue to build off of this for the next few weeks and couple months, I guess, as we get into the New York City Half Marathon. So thanks again, everyone, for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy the video. Definitely consider subscribing. We've got a lot more stuff to come. But, you know, just excited to share that race with you today, and I hope to see you in the next video.